Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to the Prosperous Yogini podcast, episode 17. And today I'm talking about creating an online business, why your mind will say, hell no, don't go there, don't go there. So this podcast, there's been a little bit of a series going on where I've been talking about the benefits that creating an online offering can bring to your yoga business. Now, I want to share this with you because this is an experience that I've had. I now consider myself a course creator. And also, I do have my leverage training going live on Monday, the 10th of October. So if you're listening to this podcast and it's past the date of Monday, the 10th of October, and you're like, damn it, I really wanted to do that training. I really wanted to know how to start, scale and sell my online business. Don't panic. I'm doing a live round of the course, of the training next Monday the 10th of October. And then you will be able to purchase my Mini But Mighty mentoring, leverage training at a later date as a pre-recorded self-paced training course. So don't panic. Just head over to amyyoga.com. And if you can't find it, drop me an email. I'll send you the link to it. Okay, so going back to today, I want to focus on the reason why we try anything new that seems beyond our capabilities or a little bit scary, why our mind will try to stop us. So let's just get completely clear on this, that being human is brilliant and we have this beautiful brain, this amazing brain. So this is no criticism to being human. I don't want you to not be human. That's exhausting. That's impossible. And I also don't want to criticize our beautiful brain because our brain is hardwired to keep us safe. And that's quite a nice thing. In that keeping us safe, human beings like to stay with the familiar, what we know is successful, or what we know we can at least do without getting hurt or upset or someone being unkind to us. We like to seek out comfort. We like to seek out pleasure. We like to people please because we don't want to be ousted from the tribe, from our community. With that, we often like to go along with conventional wisdom so we don't challenge the status quo because, again, if we're doing something different or something that goes against the grain, that people may criticize this. And none of these things we want, none of these things that our beautiful brain wants. A net result is we often just go along with what everyone else does. And if you listen back to last week's podcast where I was talking about how yoga teachers make money, the most common way, it's not a wrong way because I do this too, I still do this, the most common way is they go out and teach weekly classes. And actually, like I said last week in the podcast, when you've first done your teacher training course, it's probably a great idea because you're still cutting your craft as a teacher. The problem is when we think about how could I make this my full-time job? How could I raise my earning potential? How could I help more people? I'll just teach more classes. And that has a ceiling. The best thing you can do is go online. But if you're going to create anything online, so I'm talking about online courses, online programs, online memberships, online content like going live on Instagram. Perhaps you're going to do a live class on Instagram. Perhaps you're going to start making YouTube videos. Anything online, right? Your brain is going to come up with a load of reasons why right now you've had that thought, right, I'm going to do a weekly live class on Instagram. I'm going to do, and then use that to build my audience, build up interest in my yoga, and then create an online membership that I sell. Oh, this is a great idea. Yeah. Steal it. Go ahead and steal it. Your brain will go, oh, but I don't think you're ready. I think you need to do more training. I think you need to do more practice. I think you need to lose weight. I think you need to get your hair cut. I'm like this. I'm not a natural blonde. Sorry. I realise I film my podcast so you can watch them on YouTube. And I record my podcast talking into my phone, and I must remember most people listen to the audio of the podcast, but if you do ever head over to my YouTube channel and you get to see my beautiful face and hair. I'm not a natural blonde. I do dye my hair. I love having blonde hair, and every now and again I leave it too late to go to the hairdressers and I get really bad roots, and I'm so often going, oh, I need to wait before I record this because I need to get my hair done. Like, that's just my beautiful brain trying to keep me safe. Or I find it hard, like hand on heart, to watch back some video because I'll be like, oh, my bum looks big, and oh, my tummy looks big. All of these things that we have, as we don't want to be criticised, we want people to like us. And when you put something online, you do open your door to the internet keyboard warriors. You equally or more so open your door to a huge community of people who will benefit from doing yoga with you, and you can choose to ignore any negative comments, because the truth is, you know this, not everyone's going to like you. If you think about everyone you come across in your everyday life, everyone that interacts with you within your community, you don't like everyone. I'm sure you've been to a yoga class and the yoga teacher was great, but you just didn't like the class. Like, people are going to have that same response to you. And I guess when we teach in person and that one person comes along one week and you're not quite the teacher for them, so they don't come back, that's kind of done and dusted. When we put ourselves out online and we create a course, then we put some content on Instagram, then people are going to comment. And sometimes those comments might not be very nice. You can delete them. You can ignore them. When you create an online course, some people are going to ask for a refund. Some people may default on their payments for a variety of reasons. People will ask for a refund, okay, because it happens to every single course creator, whether they're a yoga teacher or not. The thing is, your beautiful brain will tell you when that refund comes in, and it has happened to me, that, oh my God, my course is rubbish, my offer is rubbish, I should stop. It's horrible. But you've got to focus on the facts that this is going to happen to a very small number of people. You aren't going to be their cup of tea. You need to just be aware of your beautiful brain and the turmoil it is in when you start to put yourself online. So what I want you to know, I've said this before, our beliefs, our thoughts inform our beliefs inform our actions or inactions. So here I've got the best example of this. So pre-March 2020, it wasn't that I had even a belief that I didn't want to go online. I didn't want to create an online business. That didn't even exist. I had a thought that technology hated me. That thought came a belief that I was just rubbish with technology and I was just going to keep it out of my business. So I simply took backs payment or card payment, an iZettle machine, in person or cash. I used to call myself Queen of Cash. I had a rubbish website, and it's not even that the idea of creating an online school, yoga school, online courses, online training programs, it hadn't even crossed my mind. The door was so firmly shut, and this is how powerful the mind is. And that just came from a belief that technology hated me. And it wasn't comfortable to stick in that belief, because if I did try and do anything online, because I believed technology hated me, my brain was telling me that things would go wrong. So the best thing to do was to not try anything. So what might your beautiful brain's way of keeping you safe look like when you had that thought, oh, I'm going to start some Instagram lives, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, I'm going to create this online course that I've been wanting to share with my students for ages. They're always asking me about pranayama. I've got this great idea for a really powerful pranayama practice course for them, but I'm not sure I can do the recording. Okay, what might it look like? The first thing I think will come up is imposter syndrome. Now, I've talked about our self-limiting beliefs, and these literally need individual podcasts on their own. But imposter syndrome will basically, she's like the queen of it all, I believe. And she will just tell you that literally you're a fraud, you're fake, and you're going to get found out. You know, you're not really good enough. And the thing is, when we go online and we put content online, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, create a course, it becomes a permanent record for which you then think, wow, there's more likely that somebody's going to find this, more likely that more people are going to have access to this, and therefore I'm definitely going to get found out as a fraud. Honestly, I would love to tell you imposter syndrome goes away, but I have it even now when sometimes like someone signs up to one of my online training courses and I'm really excited to have this person come into my community to work with me. And I still have those moments of, but when they start the course, they'll ask for their money back. That thought still comes into my mind. And this is what I mean by knowing our beautiful brain and knowing that we're human, because we don't overcome the mind. We learn to navigate, mastering our mindset. We do not overcome being human. These things are going to crop up at every stage of our life, at every stage of our business. Procrastination. I think procrastination for me, when I myself, and when I work with other people that are thinking of creating online courses, procrastination is the killer of action. So procrastination looks like endless research, deciding what to do, what platform to use, what tech to use. Procrastination looks like spinning around in indecision. I know I need to do something. I've got this idea that I want to do something, but I'm not sure what. Rather than just saying, I'm just going to try this. Because when you start out, it literally has to be like that. I'm just going to try this and see how it goes, see how it lands, and I will learn from that experience. Until you put something out there, you're just not going to know. You're not going to get better at doing Instagram lives until you start practicing and doing them. You're not going to get better at knowing what type of pranayama course that your students want until you start delivering something and seeing how they respond to it. Procrastination and overwhelm. So I get it, right? And this is one of the things that I address in both my leverage training and, if you work with me, in my mentorship program. There are so many choices when it comes to the online world in terms of tech and platforms. It can feel completely overwhelming. Not to mention, you can get what I call like shiny new ball syndrome, where you think you've decided to do something, you've decided to use a certain platform, a certain setup, and you get heavily distracted by another platform that you think might be better. So you better research that. I've been there. True story. True story here. I've had this dream about my mentorship program for about 12 months, and like all of this, I had all of this stuff, in procrastination, indecision, overwhelm. And one of the things I did, I used Teachable. I really like Teachable as my course platform, and I use Circle as my community space, and the both are such a great combination. But I briefly had a Kajabi, I'm going to say a love affair. That's the best way I can describe it, a secret Kajabi love affair. So Kajabi is another course platform. It's more expensive. It can make things easier because it's one of those platforms that provides you with everything, provides you with a good looking website, great course provider, email marketing. It can make things easier, whereas Teachable's I use my WordPress website as for sales pages because they look better some of the time, not all of the time. My email marketing is separate, for example. But Teachable, the advantage is you can have lots of courses on there for a lot less money. And I have to say, having been with Teachable for nearly 3 years now, the community and support on there is amazing. But anyway, I got completely sidetracked. Instead of getting down to deciding how I was going to deliver my mentorship program, creating the sales page, putting the offer out there. I spent ages researching Kajabi, doing trainings on Kajabi. Literally, this was procrastination. This was procrastination right there, or self-sabotage. I had a great idea. I needed to get on and put it out there, but I was scared. My brain was keeping me safe. So it spent some time having a love affair with Kajabi. Oh, God. How much have I changed that I'm having love affairs with course platforms? Perfectionism. Perfectionism can be the killer of joy. I'll tell you that. And this kind of also links into compare and despair, because I know you will probably look at examples of people who are creating courses, look at some online yogis, and they've probably been in the game for 5+ years, 10+ years. And you'll look at the quality of their courses, their filming, their website, and you'll just go, well, I can't do that. And like, great example is Yoga with Adriana. I'm sure you're all familiar with her. Her YouTube is amazing. Everyone I virtually speak to who comes to like my yoga classes say, well, I do a bit of yoga at home. I do a little bit of yoga with Adriana. She is amazing what she's created, this brilliant space on YouTube for people to access yoga at home, quality yoga at home. And her videos are great. She has a team of people helping her film and edit those videos. Did she have a team of people helping her film and edit those videos when she started out? No, okay. But she started out on a mission to get people, as many people as she can, doing yoga and helping them through her free yoga on her YouTube channel. So be careful when you are when you're going online and researching and getting ideas, and you're looking and coming across people going, oh, could never do that. Think how long they've been in the game. Also, one of my favorite things is everybody starts at zero. Everyone starts with no followers on social media. Everyone starts with no subscribers to their YouTube channel. Everyone starts with 0 on their mailing list, and everyone starts with no content for their online courses or their online social media. Everyone starts with 0. You just don't ever go and look at someone at 0 who's like you. You go and look at someone for inspiration who are much further along in the journey, and your beautiful brain will initially tell you, you can't do that. You can't be like that. They are so good. They've got the market wrapped up, right? Thing is, with the online market, it's massive. It's massive. And you're just opening the door to so many more people that there literally is room for us all. Literally, there's room for us all. Okay, so those are the things you've really got to watch out for. Procrastination, overwhelm, spinning around in indecision, perfectionism, which can look like researching, trying to get the perfect platform and the perfect idea. Or maybe you started producing your course and you're continually re-recording it. You're continually editing and tinkering it. You're not putting it out there. And actually, one thing I advise people, I do things like differently all the time. Like sometimes with my training courses, I had delivered them in person. So my pregnancy and postnatal and toddler training courses, I had delivered these in person. So I had what we say validated the course already. I knew the content was good. So I then pre-recorded those courses before I sold them. What I know now, if I was going to do it differently, I now actually sell courses before I've produced all the content or even started producing the content. And sometimes I produce content live, so I do some live training, and then I resell that live training. Leverage is part pre-recorded and part live. So I've pre-recorded some of it, but I'm also going to create content for this course by the live stuff. And actually, when I put my leverage self page up, when I started selling the concept of my leverage training, the course did not exist. And I actually think this is probably a better way to go for most people, because it avoids the pitfall that some course creators fall into, which is creating their course over months, over years. Perfectionism can do that to you. Then you put it out there and you've spent ages doing this course, and it probably will not be completely right first time you put it out there. It may need tweaking. I'll give you an example. The first course I really created was my pregnancy and postnatal yoga teacher training course. I've now split that into two courses, two shorter courses. And I've also gone into those courses and deleted a hell of a lot of content, because what I did was like empty my brain with everything I knew. I created the kitchen sink course, which is really common as well. You feel like, and this is imposter syndrome actually, you feel like you've got to tell everyone everything so you're good enough, okay? And on an online course, people just want to get the information in the most efficient, quickest way possible and not spend hours and hours having to go through your content, your videos. So now you know, now you know why your brain will go, hell no, when you come up with this concept that maybe I should put something online. It just wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you with the familiar. And the bottom line is, going online, creating online stuff, you are going to meet hurdles that you're going to have to overcome. YouTube videos are great for that. Asking Google is great for that. You're going to have moments of discomfort. Now, this isn't feeling the fear and doing it anyway, but this certainly is having those moments of discomfort and learning to navigate around them. And one of the most powerful ways that we can learn to navigate around them is tapping into the most powerful muscle we have in the body, which is the heart. And I'm going to actually close our podcast on this message to you all. This is a message to the world. It literally is a message to the world. The muscle of the heart is the most important muscle we have. And I'm not talking about the physical heart. I'm talking about that heart center, the muscle of love. When we tap into why it is we are doing this, why do I want to create this online course? And your reason why will be unique to you. It might be because you want to help the demographic that you're going to create your course about. Maybe you really want to help women postnatally with pelvic floor health, and you've got the knowledge and the skills to share and do this, and you're like, you've suffered perhaps yourself from pelvic floor issues, and you want to just stop the suffering that women have postnatally with their pelvic floor. And nothing ain't going to stop you doing that, because you're so passionate about it, because you have set that out as your dharma, as your mission. Maybe you're like, I want to create a business where I can not have a ceiling on my income potential. I can help more people. I can have more time to nurture myself, more time to hang out with my family and my friends, do the school run, go surfing. This is me. This is my life. Okay. It's going to be unique to you. And you want to create a business built around that, using your skills and your knowledge and gifts that can help people. And you know, when you go online, you can help way more people. Tap into that. Tap into love. Love is the most powerful muscle we've got. When we tap into love, doesn't really matter. The mind's going to come up with this stuff that's going to try and stop us. We are, when it comes to technology, I'll tell you now, you're going to meet things where you don't know how to do it, where it seems really complicated, where it doesn't matter, you follow the instructions to the letter and it still goes wrong. You're going to have moments when the computer says no, or you don't hit record, or your mic don't work. You're going to have times where you spend hours creating something, and at first, not many people buy it. These things happen. This is a life as a course creator. The other life of course creator is you're opening the door to the possibility of hundreds of thousands of millions of people getting access to your unique set of skills and knowledge, and all of those people that you could help. So tap into that heart center, because once you tap into that muscle, the muscle of love, nothing can get in your way. Okay, my lovelies, I'm going to leave it there. If you do listen to this podcast over the weekend before Monday the 10th of October and you'd like to join me for the live round of leverage, hop over to my Instagram, Amy Yoga Teacher Trainer. It's the top of the links there, or check in the show notes. It will also be in the show notes for this podcast. I would love to see you for the live round. If you're listening to this at a later date, don't panic. You will be able to buy my mini but mighty mentoring trainings as self-paced study trainings. And I will just say, life as a course creator, stepping out to create your online business is brilliant but hard work. You don't have to do it alone. I'm here for you. So also head over to amyyoga.com, click on Prosperous Yogini. You can see my mentorship program. There are two pathways, two options with this. You can just get the self-paced study program that will guide you through in easy, manageable steps how to create a profitable, sustainable business. And that does include, if you want to, create an online offer. Better still is to hire me on your team for 6 months. So you will not just get that self-paced study program, but you get me on your team with support from me, monthly live group training calls, monthly coaching calls. Literally, if you were thinking of starting an online business, I'd be like, join my mentorship program. I will help you create this business. I'll support you as you create your courses. I'll give you advice on sales pace. This stuff is golden. And this stuff is an investment. And I'm so confident, based on the results that I'm already getting for those that are in my program, that you'd get your investment back in no time. So head over to amyyoga.com, click on Prosperous Yogini, check out my mentorship program, join the waitlist if there's a waitlist, or enter in if the doors are open. I can't decide. See, look, I'll be up front with you. I can't decide whether to have an open and close cart situation with my mentorship program or evergreen. And again, if you're like, Amy, I don't know what you're talking about, then you need to come into my world. This is all part of being a course creator. And I'm playing, and I'm trying to be like totally upfront with you. I'm playing with the options to see what works. This is business. This is our yoga practice. We play with the options to see what works for us. It's the same in your yoga business. And fear stops us from taking action. Love will eliminate fear. All right, my darlings, I'll see you all next week.